Joe Rogan is UFC commentator after his broadcast work. He started to watch Chinese fantasy movies. Joe says, "Oh, I like real fight. But sometimes I really wanted to fight like them, flying all over the world. Summon dragons and using firewalls." Well, he fell asleep, turned down the TV as soon as woke up at the next day. The Shaolim monks surrounded him. The monk said, "Who is this?" The chief monk said, "He's one of us. Leave him alone." "What is your name, monk?" Joe said, "Hi, I'm Joe Rogan." "Nice to meet you. So where is it?" Chief monk says. "It's Shaolim temple." He and monks started to welcome him. But suddenly the monsters started to attack Joe Rogan and monks. Joe started to use his taekwondo and jiu-jitsu to slay monsters, but never worked. However, the monks using spells and kung fu to kill those monsters easily. And most were slayed, but only a small number of them left and they run away. And Joe was very surprising and he was suspicious. He asked the chief monk, "Sir, I have a question why my attacks are not working?" The chief monk says, "Because your martial art has no ki in this war. If you don't have a ki, you cannot kill monsters?" Joe asked him again, "What is the ki?" And chief monk says, "Ki is kind of belief. If you believe something with your true heart, you're gonna get it. So if you don't believe it, you cannot get it." So Joe started to think about what is ki, imagine and meditate every day. Finally, he could know how to use his skill little by little. He could combine his martial art with Kai. In one day, the chief monk was kidnapped by monster. Left message, the name of monster is isolation. "Hey, I got if you wanted to find your chief monk, come to the Dragon Hills." By isolation, Joe Rogan and his monk friends, they went to Hills E to find his chief monk, and they start to destroy monsters. Yeah, it was a very close fight. Some are dead and someone fell down. Attacks from some monsters, such as arrogant, greed, grief. Their attacks were fearless. But Joel was struggled to find isolation in his chief monk. After beating rest of monster with his monk friends, Joe could find his notorious enemy isolation. The isolation says, "Hey, here is your chief monk. If you wanted to save him, you have to climb over the hill." Ha ha ha, he teased at the peak of hill. But problem is, the hills, they are very high. They are as high as the pyramid. And so Joe started to imagine, dragon, finally. He could ride a dragon. "Oh, I'm flying now, Joe ride dragon." He chases the isolation and finally, he beat him up with his martial art and Kai and saved Chief Monk. Chief Monk asked him, "How could you say me?" And Joe says, "Because I believe I can do it as you taught me." Chief Monk answered with his big smile, "You believe me? I believe you. Now we have true friendship." Everyone really appreciate Joe Rogan's flavor, and they came back to the temple. And Joe Rogan got a prize as Harmony Master Award at Shaolim Temple.